very happy to see this. I think there is still some... I'd almost rather in this comp see Kung Kung playing the Raze instead of the Yoru. I think he's more strong individually there, but obviously they want to keep these flashes, have that additional bit of utility to combo. Mateo's going to be interesting, though. I think the biggest strength of that agent is A, the drone. Best drone in the game right now. You can full clear through long, full clear through showers. It is excellent with its range compared to those other initiator agents. And missiles are amazing for plant denial and these retakes.
And the massive difference for Liquid is they're so successful on Bind, and even they have changed their comp. Trex is not playing Gecko. He's gonna be playing the Brim.
Yeah.
He has basically had the B side showers on log, not B, A showers on lockdown with that Gecko on the defense for months and months and months at this point.
I'm really glad. I feel like at some point we were seeing that Gecko non-stop on this map, and after that performance, he was not being able to do so much on this agent. So the fact that they had enough days to change it up, to bring up this composition, and to have this Brimstone Viper instead, I think it's great.
My biggest complaint with their old comp was that they were playing Sky instead of Yoru. I think their old comp with the Yoru would have been way better because he feels a lot of the same ideas while also adding fast retakes and rotates, excuse me, and a far more powerful ult into the mix. So I think this is a good change for Team Liquid. New comps on both sides. That's exciting.
That's cool. I am super, super excited. Is there one that you're more excited about?
I honestly really like EDG with Teho. I feel like, Teho in some maps, in some moments, I think it's great.
I can't wait to send this back to Bren and Saisho and find out which team will survive to see another day.
That's right, it all comes down to this here, elimination between two of these teams. Unthinkable, really, that either of these squads will be exiting early, but one of them has to. We'll see it. Missed the last two letters on that one with the time, but all good. All good.
Both of these compositional shifts, really interesting.
Yeah.
Now, I was looking at Team Liquid's composition with the Gecko. Gecko, by the way, has a terrible non-mirror win rate across the world right now. And Trex against ERX went 0-9 in his attack. 11 attack rounds, he went 0-9 against ERX on attack. So I can absolutely imagine why Team Liquid would want to change over to this double duelist comp that's worked amazingly for them. But EDG going the direction of the Teho, but playing it with a Yoru instead of a Raze, it's all up in the air, available for either team to win.
Drops and changes across the board, and it's all on the line for either of his teams.
And they're both good at bind usually. Yeah, but today, form has just been a roller coaster for both of these squads.
Up and down on either side.
There.
The only variable changing really being the map. So we'll see how this gets taken now. Jump spot. Backing away, scared of the potential of a trap play.
This is a map where Nats usually dominates.
And Jenny is already going to be seeing that presence as well. Nats has found his timing. Up through, controlling a decent area now. Snakebite as well, just going to be pushing Jenny back. A lot of control of Lamps given up.
Salvos available to try to deny a plant. And immediately taking down Nats.
That's a lovely angle. It's going to be immediately doing a bit of damage in that way, and then we're going to see a peeking towards the back. It's a little bit off the timing as well. That horn just disrespected. No turning towards it now. The Salva's going to be primed and ready, but a little bit too slow on the mark. An attempt at denying it likes that plan. It's going to be not theirs. Paddy Tech still squaring up, posturing, juking, sidestepping. Chichu snapping to the side. Quick dismissal.
Yeah, nice reload bait there.
Seeing as well, these players are potentially lining up for it, but again, the trade is online here for Gianni. Trek's last one left. In through showers. They don't exactly know his position, but noted now and cleaned up nevertheless. Nobody finds it magnetic towards the head of Trex. And pistol round opening here for EDG, something they needed.
And perfectly played from Gianni. The salvos were a little late, but that's because he was taking these duels and winning them. Even though he's lit up by a haunt,
one enemy remaining.
Takes that fight perhaps a tad early. And Gianni is there just locking these aggressive players down. Putting the halt on Nat's lurk through Lamps too. A very good day for him overall. Yes, he wasn't, lighting the world on fire with the Waylay on Abyss, but that was the whole team, really. But think back to what he was doing on Breach, and now coming out here in round one on Teho. This is a win condition for EDG, getting the rookie player online. The only one who wasn't involved in lifting that Champs Trophy in 2024.
Deep fight to be taken out towards showers as well. That one has to be broken. Kung the one with the rifle. It's invested into this one here. Could be swiftly overwhelmed. It goes for the flash and the peek. Into it! And there it is with the Sheriffs and the Classic. It's all it takes to dismantle and crumble the entire hole they had going for them. He pushed past that one as a timing taken as that util's flying forwards. Nats let loose now in towards the spawn. Just like that, flipped on its head. EDG, all those advantages we were talking about.
Really beautiful punish on the molly there. That's the kind of intelligence you have from Nats. But he was working off the fact that two players had already fallen over towards Showers. I mean, those are the kind of plays that I think coaches will be really angry about.
Yeah.
Because you're taking an aggressive fight that you really don't need to at short range against pistols. And just believing that all three players are going to be caught by a flash. You don't even know really how many players are there. It's possible on an eco round like this, you could walk into like 5 of them. And nobody is saving a judge here too. I mean, maybe not. He might go down to the spike, but running backwards and trying to save that.
Oh, he's decided to... he's umming and ahhing. He's saving it.
He's saving it, and also so is Chishu.
One down.
Fight like this just going the wrong way. It's a bit too slapped together, really. I feel concrete. All the pieces of util, just a one flash to try and set yourself up.
Holy shit.
The rifle donated, and we know how that went now. And 1-1, EDG really losing the opening advantage. You might see a quick fight to be taken as well down short. This is 4 players grouped up. EDG knives out for now. The Prowler forwards and a flash against it. No one from Team Liquid looking to get caught.
Oh, jump peek. Didn't actually see anything there. So Kang went for a jump, then TP'd out, and I think he told the rest of his team that there was nobody in that area of the map, so they're making a full rotate over to B, just as the rest of Team Liquid calls reinforcements back in their direction.
It's just Jenny with the Sheriff.
Head on a swivel.
Yeah, looking all sorts of directions now, looking for the right target here, but Camo's going to be shutting them down momentarily. Nats is forwards again, just spots some signs of life, the back of a player or two. Calls for the committal now. Smog's going to be dropping down as a game of time is being taken by Smoggy. He's managed to find himself a way forwards and past it, but again, no anticipating this one. Nats is barely alive, instead of potentially by the bullets, and there it is. Lying in wait, Smoggy is there to deliver death from above. Forwards again with that judge being saved. Camo's lucky to be alive, and it's all come down into a 1v1. Pure mania in the final moments here of round 3. Very, very winnable. The Team Liquid managed to maintain control.
Camo thriving in the chaos of that one, picked out 4 players, and I couldn't tell you how he did it. I mean, we'll see it on the replay. Obviously, the opener we saw, but here having to run back through and clean up Smoggy, and then just brawls inside the smokes. Picks off Kang towards the end, and saves Team Liquid.
Listen, but no, listen to me.
Ooh.
Stern, putting the foot down.
Let Daddy call.
Different IGL, but I'll accept it. Flash and a horn here, quick take towards Showers. Kiko looking like he wanted to try and grab his ult, but no, they're opting into Camos instead. Dimensional Drift.
Yeah, it's an interesting prioritization. Both of those ults are really good on their attack side. But I suppose, arguably, the showstopper might end up getting baited out by somebody like Kang, who can TP away. And the info that you get from Camo could be spectacular.
Launching smoke.
Bring them down.
Pressuring people back from B, but keeping both duelists on the A site without a TP to rejoin these B players indicates that Nats wants the call to end A. And Kang pushing up. Has that gate crash to escape, but if he can catch Camo before the ult's popped, that would be enormous for EDG.
Time is going to be tight onto this one here. So Dimensional Drift is going to be clearing Kang's position. Noted. Smoggy taking a peek. They don't want to really see if they can exit out of this one. Smoggy, blind as anything, doesn't know which way he's looking here. Camo, he's forwards anyway. Hyper isolated position. Smoggy was just hoping he could layer it down with the help of Kang, but
fast on the flank, Brent.
Fast on the flank from behind again. Jenny's there, trying to make the most of this one. Nobody on top of it, but again, these bullets are flying forwards, and they're ringing and raining true. Team Liquid running away with it now.
And Nats really is in control. I mean, in both senses. He's doing a great performance on the server, but he's also very much in control of his team. You were hearing from Mimi how he, he's quite active in terms of the micro and calling for exactly what he wants. We even heard it on a replay there where he's really focusing his team in.
Let's go!
Whoa, that
a poor piece of paper.
He's still got to be able to read the strats, man.
But hyped up for good reasons.
So controlled that round, actually.
You're going to see
The way
that a
that Gamma
lot.
went forwards and was disciplined enough to reconnect with Nats, and they both went out the smoke together and then picked up the flank immediately afterwards. Really solid. And putting the pressure instantly on EDG feels more like Abyss than Sunset so far.
Pieces are clicking for this team. You're going to see a lot of these slow calling to the round, the opening 40 seconds. Team Liquid just poking, prodding. Not really going to be playing too fast, just waiting for the gate crash on the opposite side of things to expire.
Now this is a really common play. Are Liquid ready for it?
The clearance forwards as well. A lot of damage done as well just from that Takeda's kicking up, and Smoggy's there. Kang alongside, he's only got a shorty, and as that curtain and wall drops, doesn't really want to be taking that fight from that angle. Still, same can't be said for this one. This is a play that's being made. Jenny and Nobody combine their might, and they dismantle, they decimate. Team Liquid is up to Trex. Rattling up the bullets, but again, that fire goes both ways. And the perfect timing is granted to Nobody. A thrifty win out of seemingly nowhere.
EDG getting a lot of value out of these faster flanks. I think they're realizing now some of the way in which Nats is defaulting around the map. Because look how fast Chichu is to just backfill all of this space, and Gianni doing a great job at slowing down everyone on Team Liquid. They just got boxed in. Nats wall became a prison. And an enormous MasterCard thrifty for EDG to get them back in this game early.
Their fears betrayed them.
Ults starting to come online here as well. And the op considered for Kang, but discarded.
Here.
Mutor roughly being thrown. Pete Hort into showers, looking for the A split of Liquid, and now they're going to be sending it flying forwards. That's a showstopper! Denied! Straight into the sky, and already Smoggy standing his ground down, trying to poke through that smoke. It's all disjointed from Liquid.
What a reset.
Jenny, sharp as anything. Resetting in time, but a timing to be taken by Nats here. He's again creeping his way into the back lines. Back section, looking for signs of life, and clearance called for, already spotting out Jenny's position, and he's not long for the ward. It's a dagger to the back. Nats has found it, and he's looking for a little bit more. It's instinctual from him.
He's one away from the pit. Can't let him get to that.
One more kill will do it, and he's looking for it. Heard the showers TP. He's even got a bit of a sense for it still. So the fighter doesn't go his way, leaves it down to just Trex in that 1v2. Double swing and a fight! Oh my!
Oh, that was so winnable.
Barely one out, Nobody left on 8 HP.
By the skin of their teeth, EDG with a double swing managed to clean up the final player on Liquid and tie up the score. Look at that shutdown on the showstopper from short. A really common play being called by Team Liquid, and EDG putting the Yoru the furthest forward, who then TPs backwards, and having 3 players pepper Kiko with bullets. Relief coming out from the EDG coaching staff. They've knocked the economy down for Liquid, and now Kang does go for the op.
Horn broken for him. Crowell was the next up. Was able to take that fight as well with peace of mind. Bucky though, forwards again, trying to take that fight, but Chichu's there. Nobody fills in the gaps. Presses forwards, shows that there is no weakness currently in the defense. No more funny business, no more missed opportunities.
They've also been able to get all of these important round wins without having to utilize the defensive ults. So they've got quite an arsenal when we're talking about the next rifle round coming up here. Gianni getting stuck on a really deep line.
All the information in the world from this spot.
It's one of those positions that normally you wouldn't be too happy about a player tucking themselves into when they're at such, a 5v2. But it's also just such a weird angle. You see there, Paddy doesn't clear it properly, because why would there ever be a player there?
Well, the peak as well. Good movement from Trex.
Okay.
Finds it. 35 seconds left. Potentially time to play with.
And here's a bit of the danger, because in theory that could give a weapon over. But Paddy sticking with the stinger. Still not too much hope here. Time too low.
Off angle by Chichu. Kang on the other side of it. Shallow in terms of the angle. The crossfire setup, and as well just waits for players to wade right into his crosshair placement. And a round lead now for EDG. Pouring their way back into it.
Looking like they're starting to download the way that Nats wants to play on the attack side. Playing the short defense much more aggressively.
Enemy remaining.
We're going to see Team Liquid's coaches call the tag timeout here, and I think this is a nice time for it. Maybe even the previous round would have been a nice time for it, to be honest. But either way, EDG have made the right adaptations, and now they have a huge amount of ults to work with. It's going to be a big uphill battle for Team Liquid to get back into this half. One where they struggled a little bit against DRX. Struggled a lot, actually, on this half against DRX. They couldn't really get their attack flowing.
Good time for the timeout. Ults racking up, as you've been mentioning, on either side. Man, it should be still to EDG here. We finally see a map where it's a bit more even between the two sides. Not just one side showing up, the other one not. As was the case, Sunset, Abyss. We're starting to see the best being brought out of both of these teams, because it'd be disappointing, really, if it wasn't, I think, as well. Elimination between both of these squads.
There's just so many storylines. Obviously, you're looking at EDG and you're thinking, well, if they were to make it through to playoffs, we'd be talking about, can they be the first ever team to win the champs back-to-back? It was an incredibly unlikely story, but one that perhaps we were expecting to get a chance to unfold. And for Liquid, you know, you've got players like Nats seem to be in the hunt for, like, greatest of all time status if they were able to get a champs trophy under their belt. People like Paditek trying to get a trophy before Heretics, the team that he was subbing with. And one of those threads, at least, is going to be cut short here.
And posted as the operator. Might get his chance here with Camo creeped up onto the line. He's hoping for an overextension.
The ability for plant denial using these ultimates is enormous for EDG. So they don't really need to be fighting too aggro. They're going to go and get a little bit more B main info. Back around now with the Prowler. No, actually using it for showers. So just giving more information for Kangkang to be able to possibly set back up on this line. But the orb's really annoying in his face here.
Certainly is. Refresh on the gate crash, Camo. Flash in his face, pushing it away. That's going to give good information as well. And Team Liquid starting to flood their way forwards again. Jenny trying to fill in the pieces and the gaps potentially there. And he needs to try and lock down this area in control. But a strike towards your back, Jenny. Being met with a masterclass in terms of the util, but Kangkang really feeling that pressure and heat. EDG, they turn it up all the way. They're running this one forwards with those rifles in hands, looking for a good go of things here. But Camo still left swinging out towards the side. He's the last one left with the spike planted. Moves it into this 1v2, but again that swing and the Prowler just not dissuaded in time. EDG gradually, one round at a time, they're clawing a sizable lead.
And Prowler was drifting towards Camo
Really
there.
was. Didn't make it easy for him.
No, much more difficult for him to be able to reset. A huge ultimate round. I didn't realize that was a no-scope. That is brutal for Kiko. Forced off the line. All of these ults.
Here.
Dream no more.
Pretty big value, especially nobody's Fade ultimate. He had a blinder of a round. They even allowed the attacking plant to go down. They didn't use Gianni or Smoggy's ultimate to deny that. And yet we just cleaned up everyone who was trying to get there through short.
Time to work.
Now the economy's worse for Team Liquid. Still have to work the map, push people back, dodge the operator, and finish with enough time to avoid the plant being denied.
Bomb buddy out.
Slow and steady game being taken here.
I have the spike.
Mentioned it before, but you're going to see slow attack rounds as you're trying to bleed out the gate crash. Ensure that Kangkang can't stay posted for long.
I do like the utilization of Kangkang's Yoru op on this map. You're thinking about the other team that runs Tejo here, and you're looking at Fnatic, right? But they tend to run the Raze. They don't op on defense as much as Kangkang is here, but it's a real secondary or even primary threat that Team Liquid have to think about.
A lot of util offloaded just from that one Prowler. The Molly and salvos. I believe both the salvos being used as well. You just threw the kitchen sink at them.
They're fighting this short smoke really forward.
Drift even going to be committed now on the other side of things. This is Camo trying to take this one step further. Weaponry's not entirely ideal, but again, he's going to be spotting out the bodies and the players. But here it is. Armageddon layers it out, and it's rolling out the red carpet. But can you withstand it? It's a lot of temperature. It's increased all the way. Alongside that pressure, Chichu not to be removed. The same with Nobody. They have cemented and carved out a bit of a space to play in. Caterpillar with the smokes. Safe plan granted. Pit on top of it. This is potentially winnable for Liquid. They're spotting it. A chance potentially forward. Again, that TP into Hookah. Let's see if they can take these fights forwards again, but the kills could go in either way. Camo trying to rip two of their heads off Nats. Follows up with a second, and already Looking dire right now for EDG. Well, they're in a good spot for it, but Team Liquid, as soon as they lay it down that pit, can prime forward, still time. On their side, EDG could make a good go of this one here. Moving forwards again, trying to dissect that pit up. Stray shots popped off. Kankan trying to play the retake into this with just that operator, but just missing the shots off to the side. Camo! Barely anything to work with, but it leaves it down into that 1v2. Nats.
There's no time.
And enough time caught, yeah. It's ticking far too far.
And that shows you the power of the Vipers pit, Brent, because there were a lot of things that went wrong in that round for Team Liquid. But still, Nats comes out with the Red Bull clutch towards the end. I mean, the opener, Trex actually missed the smokes, so there was a small gap towards the left-hand side here that gets Kiko killed. Camo hits some great shots, though, playing outside the pit. Had a bit of a wibble, bit of a wobble towards the end. But despite not having the cleanest entry, as soon as that pit went down, they were in control of the site. And both ultimates coming out from Jenny and Smoggy overcome. So Team Liquid put an important one on the board, but they still have to deal with this op and a short push.
Held on either side. Connecting up with the wall.
Go get it.
Let's Nats play with the rest of the pack here. Camo deeply inserted off to the side, and he's just caught with a util out into his hands. Even out 4v4, Kankan is in the fight into the action here, but again, they've got bullets raining down on them. Any sort of entry swatted out of the sky. Kiko, he's no more. Jenny, go on, walkabouts. He's got a spike down in his lap.
It's all on Nats here. If there's any chance of a recovery, he would have to play this so intelligently.
Nats has got to know, he snaps towards it.
What a flip.
Anticipation that it could have been that deep push out.
And door opened. Smoggy smoked off now. Nats in control with spike in hand. Has a chance to stabilize.
Team Liquid are one of the best teams in the world at stabilizing. Moments like this, when they're at that disadvantage, we saw it in the prior round. As soon as they saw all the presence of the bodies, they called for the fast speed up over towards B, and this is no different.
Very safe plant. Have to play on site to defend this.
3v3. Elbow control, top priority for Team Liquid. Make sure to reinforce it with plenty of bodies. Chichu is walking, wading in towards the back of the side, comes down to that first fight, wins it. Paddy, it's gone down and out. Chichu's still there, getting active, but again, dropped down, and Nats. This guy is just unstoppable right now. Take him to bind. You're looking at home territory for a player like this, and he has not stepped on whatsoever. The form is just impeccable. No slowing down, and not from Abyss, and not to now.
That is unbelievable. That's a round that showcases why people are rating Nats as one of the best players in the world. He single-handedly goes and retrieves the spike, insane flick onto Gianni, and then also handles every other player that contests in the post plan.
Tell me like that, yes. Patrick, I'm so sorry.
If Abyss wasn't good enough, he has just given them another in on bind. Tying the score up to 5-5, and a lot of these spots feel like they're EDGs.
Yeah.
They feel like they're in control, and they require some mammoth recovery for Liquid to get back in. The op's been a real puzzle for Liquid to get around. The ults have been difficult, and yet, despite it all, it's actually Liquid who've won the past two and have now knocked EDG's economy completely. Obviously, that operator's expensive to be picking up again and again, and EDG just can't afford it anymore. Wild scenes here, but at least we're getting a competitive map.
Yeah, finally.
The map pool itself promised bangers. Sunset, Abyss, Bind, like towards the top of both teams' map pools the whole way through. Didn't work out like that in match 1 and 2.
Lopsided up until now.
But now you're getting to see true haymakers being thrown from both teams. But Camo and Nats have kept up that kind of form from Abyss. Whereas Kankang's had a rough time. I'm sure a lot of people are going to be making the correlation with him playing Yoru. I've been watching him get better and better on Yoru in VCTCN, but hasn't really shown it in this game.
Trailing near the bottom. At the bottom for his team. It's a horn that's not broken in time, so 2 players spotted out, including, I believe, the TP animation. They know that Kankang's drifted to a different spot.
I do think, though, that the operator generally, the threat of the op, has been hard for Liquid to call around. It's not here, though, now.
Cam can go walkabouts. As soon as they spot it, Kankang was the one playing forwards over towards B long. He knows that, okay, well, Shower's pressure is going to be a little bit less.
You're
Really is worried.
You're expecting a flash re-clear out through a smoke like that. So you see how tentative Kiko and Patty are moving up.
Here.
Both players on A getting posted on more aggressive angles as well.
Oh.
And it pays off for Nats.
Cements himself here into short. Still locking down most of the angles as well with that Showers control. Looking to pick apart his EDG defense. Deep with the smokes as well. For the back of the site. No chance of anybody being able to play in and through and past it. And in fact, it gives an open sight line as well. Camo just takes this one up towards bench. And you're seeing already the kills are going to be toppling. EDG, they're going to try and play that plant now. They have the util for it. Smokey's forwards in the smoke. And again, with everybody just being picked apart, pulled to pieces, whittled down till nobody remains. Team Liquid.
They need to plant the spike.
They definitely do with time being short like this. Chichu's got himself one, but there's that trade. Instantaneous and Shorty, or at least the judge, I should say, not favored in spots like that. Round lead here for Liquid. They have clawed this one back. It took some heroics to get here.
Very patient round as well. Reminiscent of what Nats was calling at the very start of this half. And I think you can see here that they're much more comfortable contacting onto deeper angles towards short and Showers when they know that there's not an op that they're going to be walking into. Now going into this final round, I'm not actually sure that there was anyone who saved enough money to even get it into Kangkang's hands. So they should be able to see the scoreboard and realize that everyone's going to have rifles.
Haunt, no issue. With early here, EDG with that deep hit down out towards B long, cuts off the one avenue.
And it also cuts off an ult orb that Kiko would have loved. Maybe even Nats or Patty would have loved that too.
So using a nade onto either side, not really used in conjunction, but...
And doesn't push Kangkang away.
Still
the gate
difficult for
crash is
Kangkang.
gone.
Yeah, the gate crash gone, and he can't really get it, another one active. Not out the lip of Hookah. He is stuck here, hard committed.
Toxins going up.
One of the things that was working really well for EDG's defense was fighting this short smoke aggro with a crossfire, one on Pocket and one on Lamps. It doesn't really exist at the moment. Droning out Showers, GNE's going to have to go and help Smoggy if they wanted the same kind of defensive setup.
Bomb buddy out.
Unbroken, deep haunt, signaler.
Ready.
At least a lot of action is happening over towards this A site, calling for a few of these rotations. You've got 40 seconds left. Which direction are you going in?
It feels like short when the showstopper comes up for Kiko.
Here it is, primed, ready, and
EDG
waiting.
have read it.
Satchel down and out. EDG have a few bodies here. Smoggy, it's a beautiful kill, and even just sidestep most of this. Over a strike, play it down. It's like, got to play in, but our Haunt will reveal you anyway. Jenny! Let loose and unleashed across the site. And Trex, considering a different line and a different avenue of retreat potentially for it, but time is against him. Final round to play for. You got to make a go of things, but 6-6 is what it's been drawn to. EDG not finished yet.
Nice read from the caller of EDG there. As soon as they saw Kiko taking that ult orb over towards Showers, they knew it was ending over towards A. 4-player stack. Fought it really heavy. And an even half. Very, very different to Sunset and Abyss.
It's what we wanted, an even affair between both of these teams to decide who is eliminated, who goes that one step further forward in Champions 2025.
Chasing different melodies. Wanna switch a flavor, call it chemistry. Pushing different tunes, different remedies. Switch a flavor, call it chemistry. Call it chemistry. Different tunes, different remedies.
Let's get straight back into it here. The half, we're staring at 6-6 between EDG and Team Liquid. former champs winner versus the #1 EMEA seed. Either side, I couldn't really imagine that they'd be in a spot like this to be potentially one of the first teams out at champs. Unthinkable.
Yep. Well, taking a look at the Coinbase Econ report, I mean, one of the players that stands out immediately is Kankan towards the bottom, but we'll take a look at Jenny instead, who's put up a reasonable performance here. I think you can definitely give him a lot of credit for playing well when the pressure's on in this match. He was one of those players in VCTCN who stepped up. He had some good performances towards the end of Stage 2. I've been critical of him for disappearing in some of their big pressure games, but doesn't get much more pressure than this. Elimination at champs, and he's doing well. The maps that they've succeeded on, Sunset, are now here doing all right on Bind. He's been one of the key players to look at. And like I mentioned, on the other side of things, Kankan had more kills in the first half of Sunset by far than he's had on the rest of the 2 maps combined. So while the op seemed like a good idea for them on the defense side, you're going to need to see him actually getting those entries, getting the snowballs going, having those big Kankan rounds if EDG want to avoid elimination and have any chance, any at all, of making that dream happen of the back-to-back champs win.
Has to start here. One of the major hurdles on either side here. For Team Liquid, they want to show up, they want to show their potential. But they've hinted at all year long, but already Chichu. First casualty on the side, that is Camo, going to be done, taken out. Head clean off.
Oh, clash here.
Clear! Shredded by the bullets.
With no util.
Lined up straight away for nobody, and already just like Sheriff, you can stand your ground as much as you want, but you are going to be overwhelmed.
They think back to Team Liquid's previous composition, right, where they ran the Gecko in the sky. Of course you can do reclears like that. You can do double flash reclears with the Dizzy and the Guiding Light, but just double walking it like that with Paddy and Nats is really risky. And you can see why they had the read. EDG threw Smoggy's Molly right at the start of the round, makes it feel like it's a fast B hit. And then when the noise is cut, you're like, all right, well now they're in a 5v4, they're going to be rotating elsewhere. Unfortunately, wrong read. Team Liquid hardcore punish for going for that. Leaving things all in the hands of Trex, who can't get anything going, and a big pistol round for Chishu. Puts his team up in the map, 7-6.
Weapon bidding.
Winning both pistols, but a reminder that they insta-lost the next round.
Yeah,
That's something they've got to avoid.
Let's go!
And if
For
you
it to
think
be a
about,
bit cleaner.
yeah, Bren, if you think about how they lost that previous round, in round 2, it was because they went for a flash clear themselves on defense, over towards Showers, and took a fight at close range against pistols. So looking for them to take less high-risk plays here on the attack side. All more long-range kind of fights.
Disrespect the smoke that's in your face. Prowler clears it. All drop down as well. No funny business, no one hiding behind it.
Fake teleport. Cutting through.
And he's all the way pressed up here. Just with that Marshall. Could be deadly against Team Liquid right now, but they are also grouped up looking for a play of their own. Risks to be taken on a round like this. Chichu looks to contain just the one before the eventual trade. Comes out, doesn't give up a gun though. It's the important element Trex even dealt with. Trying to take that timing against him. Nobody now fully committing down to that plant. Still vulnerable up. Snakebite will be taking him down. Kankan covers over the shoulder.
It's a lot of damage, but the regen armor puts nobody slightly more healthy. Paddy and Kiko both retaking, from the same angle.
Kankan looking to get active here. Just a leg shot here, just no scope. Not needed. Kankan 3-piece, make sure that he can sail away to nice healthy bonus round. Looking forward to round 15.
A little bit of confidence there as well, perhaps, from Kankan. Picks up 3 pretty easy kills with the Marshall.
Sorry.
Maybe reminiscent of the style that he wants to play. Might be wanting to pick up quite a lot of like Marshall attack side op. When he was playing the attack op on the Yoru, when he was playing the attack Yoru on a range of different maps in VCTCN, one of the things was that he was playing quite a lurky attack op style compared to a lot of other Yorus, but Bind not normally known for that.
Deep Snakebite up and over to the top. It's going to cause Nats to back away, peel off that angle.
Yeah, really good util pressure from EDG, making sure that there's no opportunity for Liquid to maintain that spot and just jiggle peek B long. And this, I think, is going to be a big problem for Liquid, because normally their defensive game plan would be to double flash this, or at least single flash it for info.
Yeah.
And now we don't even see Patty playing over here.
Portal closed.
Are they going to go for a reclear?
Definitely looking for it. Nats is just spotted out anyway. Shoulder potentially poking out as that wall dropped down.
Yeah, I think that's the weapon as well. The gun barrel giving him away.
First part of the puzzle solved here for Team Liquid. Still slow going for EDG, but now steadily grouping up, looking for potentially a bit of an A-pop. Chichu's still alive. Waiting for the fuel to come up potentially before he goes for that re-peek. And Kiko's going to be the one to receive. Haunt spots nothing. Prowler does though onto Kiko, so understanding there's a player there. Time's of the essence is getting a little bit dicey, a little bit hairy here. Quick tap and a back away. EDG looking to try and take this in a completely different avenue, but it's disjointed. Jenny, it's not synced up with the rest of his team trying to take a fight into the back of the site like that. Team Liquid have got this one completely under lock.
Except there's a flank coming through from Smoggy and Showers. No,
Still
no
timing, yeah, it's just a little bit off. Could have potentially been put together if the timing was a bit tighter, but for Team Liquid, it's flawless against the bonus. Best that they could hope for.
Remember to talk to each other out there.
And now let's see whether EDG do decide to go for some kind of attacking operator. Kankan really caught in that corner. I think in theory, EDG should have the advantage over towards B long, especially with how nice their Utah looks.
Nice picture.
But we'll see if it plays out like that on the rifle rounds. No attack op coming out from Kankan. He had a lot of money in the bank, but has decided not to use it. Rifles on board.
Salvo's primed here from Jenny. Looking to clear most of the way in through Hookah.
Time to jump.
Prowler on one side, Salvo on the other.
Actually a really aggressive hold from Trex towards Showers. He was solo holding it in the previous round as well. That's why I was highlighting the Smoggy backstab. It just came too late. But Trex solo hold, Showers could be a potential weakness. Look at Team Liquid again getting active on the B reclears.
Constantly looking for mid-round information. Camo himself as well, taking a peek, but no signs of life forwards. That's a bullet to the dome by nobody. He's going to be still alive, but limping out of the fight the rest of it. Camo.
They can't actually scale into lamps there though, Bren, because the Viper fuel too low.
Moving into a different direction and 50 seconds left. You're going to be taking it over towards B. Nats is deep inserted into Hookah. He's going to be hearing all his signs if they make even one sound cue, calling for the rotation potentially.
C's still available for Patty as well. He's looking to try to get a headshot back, throw the C's again.
This could get rough. Really quickly here for EDG. That C's is going to be slowing down the approach once more. And there it is, good connection. TP4s from Kankan could disjoint this, but he needs the rest of his team to try and help him out. Haunt even deeper. Nade up towards the top. Drone spotting it out. Dicey position. EDG though, they have to hard commit into this one. It's absolutely everything on the line. The clearance is there, intact. That's going to be done, dusted. Paddy finish. Kankan swinging from the side. Heavy hits being dished out.
Looking way more comfortable on the attack side here, Kankan, with the rifle. That was a very confident swing there on the right. That certainly could have been a bit of a dagger in the back. Was solo holding Hookah, but there Gianni deals with him. You on site as well, and Paddy and Kiko demolished. Kankan wants this.
Time to jump.
Both of these teams want it bad. To have this be the final chapter in your year. Feel like bitter disappointment. Camo, you are way out in the open there, even with the gate crash. Overwhelmed with the amount of bodies that were facing for a fight.
Really believed, I guess, in the haunt value that Paddy had thrown out. Nice bait from EDG. Are they aware of this, though?
Hold on, they're double holding this for a little bit further, but now they've turned their attention. Just at the right timing there.
Yeah, very
Kiko
solid.
Could have potentially got lucky.
Pretty good awareness, though, overall, I think. Got to give him credit. And this round is going to get them up to some massive ultimates. I mean, the combo I'm thinking of is nobody into Kankan. You got a Fade ultimate that's just going to rip people's audio cues away, and then Kankan can go crazy with his ult as an initiation. It's actually Jenny that they give the plant to, though.
Yeah, not looking to build up towards any of the ults, either of them, really.
Really not quite thinking about the larger picture there, I think, but we'll see if Kankan and nobody go for chasing some of these kills. There's still 3 Liquid players who would be tasty little snacks.
Rifle handed over to Paddy.
I mean, the weapons are not good from Nats and Trex. And Trex doesn't even have armor, but
No.
you don't want to die to the wrong person here.
Into the corner.
Don't mind
Smoggy.
dying to Smoggy, though.
And he's going hunting.
One enemy remaining.
Feature himself. Completely locked and sealed up towards that one. So this is a 3-round difference now for EDG. But you have to see a bit of fight back, I think. A bit of bite back from Team Liquid in this upcoming round because the money is starting to flourish. We're saving for this.
It's tough trying to contest space against the double drone composition
Yeah.
that EDG are bringing out. They've just got so much util to try to take space for themselves on
Two
attack.
prowlers, a horn, the drone.
Absolutely.
It's a lot.
Yeah, there's tons. Even the salvos, right? Just push
Yeah.
people back from playing in spots over towards B long, for example, or showers. So I think Liquid, they're trying to get very proactive with how they re-clear, but it's been a bit 50-50. They haven't quite been able to find the right rhythm. And these ults are so close for EDG. They have enormous tools to win this next round, and I've got to say, if EDG are able to get the next, they're probably winning the map. This Team Liquid's economy is on the brink of being broken again.
It's all in. That's why the timeline is being taken.
It's everything here.
It needs to work out. This is potentially the most important round you're going to play this entire year.
And Liquid have played some heartbreakers in previous tournaments.
Oh, yeah.
They lost to EDG at Bangkok. That was a 2-0, but had a really tense OT for the first map. Liquid, of course, played that amazing game against PaperX at Toronto in the group stage. They weren't able to escape into playoffs that time either, despite looking like a very competent team. And then after winning in EMEA, they come here to Champs. And it's possible, if they lose this round, that they once more will be sent home, this time in last place, the first team to exit.
Unthinkable for them. That's why they've got to dig deep here. Same can be said for EDG. Applying that pressure nice and early here. It's double salvos committed, a haunt on top of it. They're really keen for that shower's control. Smoggy the furthest one forwards.
Well, this will give them an ult orb. That'll give them an initiation tool. They want an ult. I mean, I'd be looking towards Kankan, to be honest, but they're going to put it onto Smoggy. They want an ult that'll help them get the exec going so that they can win the post plant with Chishu's.
Cutting through.
The presence push back here from EDG, looking to see if they can show some signs of life on B.
But B main,
Straight into the operator though. It's Camo. Wades back in, TP immediate evacuation and pivot over towards A to try and reinforce that area.
yeah, well, now you've lost your Yoru, so you don't have as easy a way of getting onto a site and getting value out of Chishu's ult, which is the game closer here. They didn't use the snake bike, didn't use prowess
No.
to take B long control. That's, I think, such an error for EDG when it was working so well earlier.
Very much limping into this round. Of course, Team Liquid, happy to capitalize, happy to jump on the chance of it. A lot of util used there. That horn has to be sidestepped just for a moment, but that's feeling that pressure again. Just shanks the Prowler in his face and still claims the kill, but in through the back, that's a head. Oh my, Molly straight to the dome. Rebounds backwards, still as EDG with full control of this site. Plant out now. Nightfall going to be committed. In through out, that's a double tag out, and they got to hear these players and the pressure there. Camo to next it occurs, and that's a dimensional drift to get him out of dodge and danger. Smoggy is after wondering how the hell has that happened? And too much to deal with. Nobody's overcome. Too many in terms of the targets. A tap and a triple face. Team Liquid relentless there on the retake.
Chishu died in the midst of all of that, so EDG couldn't take safety inside of Viper's pit. And I think Camo is really the game changer there. Being able to pick off one early, then one in elbow as well. And escapes being traded with his ultimate. This time not cancelling it.
Nice! Nice, Camille. Good job. Very important round.
That is a hugely important round. If anything, a bit of an understatement from Paddy. That could have been their entire life. The eco is horrible, though, actually.
Not sure what's going on.
Okay, no, they've salvaged something. Bit of scraps for Patty, but everybody else has got good stuff.
Nance doesn't have the ult. Choose to offload it. Hit down towards it, but the salvos cuts off the common off angles. And that dimensional drift as well. That's a horn forwards, but he's missed one of the players in the fight. Kang looking to see if he can clear it away, mostly in through lamps, and that TP is forced out. Evacuation by Camo. Peeling back, but it's this long-range util that's coming flying forwards. Planted out by Team Liquid. That's the game that they want to play.
They've got one flash EDG for trying to push back site.
potential chance here, but that orbital strike. Trex is running way out to the open here, and he will be finished off from the bullets in the end. Nats forwards again. Team Liquid players are in position potentially to play a part into this one. Play a bit spoilers. That's a pit deep into the back of the site. Good luck dislodging this one. EDG looking for a different direction now entirely, but it's Paddytech who's left lying in wait with that Judge, waiting to receive, and here it is. He's an absolute menace. Judge in hand, that's a spike drop down in your lap, and Kang spotting it just off to the side, adjacent there, and a jar with a movement. Working enough with it. This is pure chaos now. Pandemonium being thrown into the mix, but Paddy will never be denied.
4 players flushed into his lap. The game plan perfect from Liquid. Nats with that retake pit early, and EDG want no piece of it. He knows exactly what the reaction is going to be. They actually anticipated that EDG were going to commit more resources towards the backside push when Smoggy used his ult. But Team Liquid win 2 of the most important rounds they might face in the early stages of this tournament. And EDG used their final tactical timeout. Last chance for the coaches to get any input here in this game unless we go to overtime.
For good reason, because this could be it. This could be where the series, your lifeline at Champs, slips away out of your grasp.
Well, we were just saying 2 rounds ago that Liquid were on the very edge, on the brink. Their economy would have been shattered had they not won in round 18. Paddy said afterwards that was a huge round for them to be able to win. Well, now the shoe is very firmly on the other foot. EDG find themselves at risk of being ecoed. If they lose this round, there are a couple of players that wouldn't have a good buy. They might be able to scrape something together, but this one could open the floodgates for Team Liquid to come back in.
Definitely so.
It's not going to be their last chance, EDG, but it's a momentous, pivotal round. And Chichu, we've been talking about his ultimate for the last 3 or 4, and he hasn't been able to get into position to get it down.
Sat in the back pocket, waiting for that rainy day. Might be coming up now here, but this is it. Big investment. You can see the credits down to the left. EDG.
Stay focused.
Eyeing up fully.
They were thinking even about getting Kang the operator right before we went back to this scene.
See how this opening goes. Early with the Prowler, Paddy. Catching some signs of life. A few stray shots as well popped off. And the same hookah take. Salvo's in a Prowler. Flash in your face is another extra element towards it. Kang look to take this, but this is reinforced up. It's Nats and Paddy trying to potentially take a fight. They're just sitting inside that smoke. It's a snake fight. The Prowler, there was no one there to really catch the contact of it.
They are doing a great job at re-clearing hookah every time that EDG pressure it. It's helping their macros so much. They can now stack 3A.
And now getting a move on. Rapidly going. The Stemmies drop down at your feet. Sometimes it makes some moves over towards it. Team Liquid have reinforced it. Kiko looking to see if he can try and deny. He's trying to hold his ground up against it, but that's a flash into your face. And wow, Kang and Jenny, they just walked all over the man. And Kang might as well be walking on bloody water, man, with plays like that. What an entry. What a position he's inserted his team in.
Trex was absolutely none the wiser. No information given from the other 2 players on his team by the look of things. Didn't expect Kang to be over by triple. That's the kind of thing you need to see from the guy. Kang's had a flash in a couple of other rounds where maybe the team needed to try to push a little deeper. This time, takes matters into his own hands, creates all of that space for Chishu to get ult down, round secured. It wasn't one of those rounds that would completely break Team Liquid's economy, though. Camo especially keeping that operator in hand. He'll be able to drop probably 2 players on his team.
It will bring EDG up to 11. 2 more is all it takes. They'll be sending Team Liquid packing. A play like this, I mean, he's needed it. Got the perfect timing to be taking it.
Just found so much value, didn't it?
Yeah. Right when they're trying to get the plant down, knowing they're going to be trying to play that plant denial. They didn't have showers control. Kang rips it away from them. Head in the hands, but the job is not done yet, not finished. Team Liquid still have ways to get back in.
And you could argue that Chishu's ultimate used maybe a bit too safely. Because that round was pretty much secured anyway.
Slow. Very slow, looking to contain. Kang just holding. Hopped up top. Slightest of off angles. Very deep push happening by Trex here. Had to support a Camo, but Camo TP'd out, and this could come down to the 1v1 fight. It's taken Trex. Lever of the movement.
What a swing.
Offsets the aim of Kang, just takes the swing fully towards it.
That's very bold, and Kiko is in lamps with a judge. Paditek's judge in Hookah ruined EDG a couple of rounds ago.
Same could be said right now, potentially. Far back angle. He's just going to be walking straight back into this one. There was no clearance, no even thought that could be held by someone else. Underhanded with a nade, Kiko trying to push this one back, but Chichu, committal into that plan, not denied from the satchel. A 3v5, this is Team Liquid's a shot in a while now, and just skipping and hopping around. Nobody just can't quite get the kill that he was hoping for. Potentially would have been a gift.
Doubling back through showers, though, something that Liquid have got to be cautious about. They can't let this slip. It's a 5v3.
Pulling up and rotating around. There's another smoke that's dropped down. Cuts off that Lamp's position. Quick bit of spam. That snake bite is perfect. Nats layering it down, trying to get his team all the way back into this one. It's a tap to try and pull these players out into the open, but as that drops, Paddy opened up. Action is happening, and the fight's taken towards Team Liquid. It's fully in their sights, fully in their control. Surely the safety's there. Yes, it is. Heroics at the end, potentially a chance for Chichu. But shut down a player advantage a little bit too much there, so Team Liquid, they are hanging on.
We could end up at the end of Bind here, having one crucial round swing everything. Liquid just surviving there when their economy was on the edge, putting the pressure back on EDG, who themselves have minimum loss bonus, rounds flying one way and then the other. Camo's op, though, has been a consistent factor in the final moments here on Bind. Not going to have too much of an opportunity early on here, but EDG expecting something, holding, waiting, perhaps for the haunt that has been coming out from Paditek fairly early on B. This time, he saves it. Only now after 20 seconds to EDG start to take some sand control with a Prowler of their own.
Very cautious. Trying to wait out the most amount of time possible. Camo at some point will have to respect it. The gate crash, I think the second one used.
Look at nobody. He knows they've been going for a hookah reclear. He knows they've been hiding in that smoke. Just this time Liquid change it up.
Knocking off stray shots, but attention, you can cut it with a knife at this point.
Oh, here comes the hookah reclear. Here it comes straight into nobody.
And nobody's waiting. Tucked to the corner now, he's got to be hearing it. Signs of life towards that B long. He's calling for the reinforcements. Smoggy's going to be joining him. But what is the play to be made? Just cowering, waiting, hiding into the corner, but there it is as it fades away. Nats reveals his hand, a quick return of the fire, nobody's there, and the stray shots from B long. That avenue was given up. Armageddon now. He's going to roll out that carpet, but Kiko wants to play in front of it. The timing just missed. Drop down from the ultimate. Trying to take it with the operator. It's fast and loose, and jumping in the fight. EDG are up to 12.
Match point for EDG. The champions winners of 2024. The tension in hookah there was palpable. And yet in the end, they ended up going 1-for-1, and it was actually just a fast reaction coming out from EDG that got them the success. Bold from Kang as well, swinging with his clone.
Taking the fight towards him. Where it hurts.
And Liquid have got to have some belief here that they can do it. Their eco's not in a good spot. They need 2 to get it to overtime, and then their coach can have some impact.
This might be aggro. The money. Shoddy buys from Team Liquid, but they have to stay alive with a round win here for EDG. It's everything.
It's a nice idea that the Haunt goes over towards Market, catches a player that could be defaulting there, but EDG, no one home, and they're pushing up to Hookah again.
Who's next?
And these kills end up being claimed. Dimensional Drift to try and take the fight forwards. Camo! My God, man! An explosive is the element that Team Liquid needed. Kang the one to clear this one again, but he's going to be staring down. Barrel of defeat potentially. Found his way into the site. Chichu claiming kills, but it's just down to Kang. Cone in your face, not anticipating the position. Team Liquid are not done yet.
It takes some real courage to go for a play like that when your entire tournament is on the line. They go for an aggro push down short and a sand crunch. Playing aggro in hookah again, and Camo picking up 2. Never playing not to lose, still believing they can play for the win, but they need to do it again.
They have to drag it to OT.
There are 2 players from EDG coming into this with no armor. Nobody and Smoggy are just coming in with raw 100 health.
I'm just hoping that sheer aura protects them at this point.
Here's that play again, Smoggy getting lit up. No,
Aggro fight.
Breaks it.
Potential for it. The players are in position again to squeeze. with a TP play. Camo's even taken it. Has the TP to try and exit out. Just trying to put a bit of fear into the step of EDG here.
TP's out, and I think nobody heard that one. I mean, it could be a fake, of course. There is, in fact, even a clone. Still inside the TP. That one is going to cook nobody's brain if they go for the hookah reclear at the same time as popping it. But EDG grouping towards short. Starting now at the 1 minute mark to end A. And there is no gate crash, no immediate help. All on Trex and Kiko.
Kiko gets a kill, he has the ult online. The angle is just missed ever so slightly. Trex gets to drop down that util. Feeling the pressure now, and now Horn's going to be revealing him. Has to tuck to the corner and towards the side. Kiko trying to help him out, but the flashes are immense. Trex is still there, standing his ground. Trying to take the fight forwards again, but that weaker weaponry of EDG is hurting them. They call for the pivot.
It's back to Nats.
And moving into it, this is his site, this is his domains. You dare try and cross that threshold. You dare try and step up to him, because Nats is online, and there is no access to his site. Team Liquid making a play that wins them the day, that drags them all the way to OT.
There's another example of that incredible intelligence from Nats. He sees Chishu walking in and knows exactly what's going to follow. He knows if he takes a shot at Chishu, his whole position could be given up. Trex as well does a remarkable job of deleting Kankan. But this play towards the end, vintage Nats. 22 kills in the map so far. Camo by his side, but they're the team that's been under pressure. EDG got to match point and couldn't quite convert. And Kankan's going to pick up the op as we head into our first round of OT. He was thinking about doing it so much on their attack side too, but he didn't go for it. Trex is going to attack side op?
That's insane. It's pure insanity on either side, but listen, you've got to throw curveballs out when you get to OT. Slow and steady. The tension is sky high between both of these teams here. But a bit of a breather. Momentary pause.
They are never going to expect this attack op. It's just about whether Trex can get into positions to actually get value from it.
Anticipating potentially a re-clear, but they are just posting Trex up.
There are 3, now 4 players on A.
Waiting. Chichu. Not sure what sound cues he's heard, but he's got a bit of a read here. Waiting it down to that minute mark. Gate crash going to be expiring soon enough. Signs of life now. The chance to explode. Kankang's forwards into the angle again. Going to try and hold this one down. He doesn't have another gate crash, but it's a nade at his feet. Haunt feeling that one onto the clone forwards again, but Team Liquid, they don't bite, they don't commit. They bide their time and wait for Paddy Tech to see if he can get anything going.
Chishu with a jump peek, doesn't see anything. Paddy holding for it, trying to punish again. Still 4 players stacked from EDG on A. Their read has been immaculate in the first round of OT. And the time is ticking.
Yeah, the time is barely there for them.
You've got to make a decision here.
Team Liquid umming, ahhing, seeing where they want to try and play this one in, but a missed shot potentially is the avenue they were looking for here. Team Liquid trying to take these fights forwards fast again. Trex off towards the side, but again, trades are immaculate from EDG. Forwards at a shorting, maybe getting a little bit too cheeky.
It's all Kiko alone.
Kill potentially there, but a double swing, and Paddy is miles away. The diffuser's online, they hear the TP, Smoggy knows it. Coverage in sight, snakebite at your feet, there's nowhere to run, there's no way you can make a play towards it. EDG, back to match point.
This time a very deliberate teleport coming out from Team Liquid, but a same disastrous end to the round. A player miles away, unable to have any impact to stop the defuse from coming through. And EDG, they read what was happening in this round perfectly. 4 players on A the entire time, with Chishu alone locking that down, and Paddy never offered an opportunity to get the lurk working.
Nice!
The pressure back on Team Liquid. The 3rd match point for EDG. They failed to convert on the first 2. Team Liquid, the coach now, with an opportunity to get some input and right the ship. Trying to go just 1 round longer.
Just to keep them back in it. The entire tournament life on the line in this one game here, in this next round coming up. And that's what saying in some of the replays we're hearing him trying to inspire his team, I think, after the first few maps that were pretty dire for them, the first map especially. Saying that not many players get this opportunity to play on the big stage of this champs. You've got to enjoy it, you've got to relish it. Moments like this. Also, not many players really want their end here and now to be one of the first exits at Champs, and that is what they are playing for, to continue their story, their chapter here at Champs.
Kiko starting the round in spawn. Maybe anticipating that it's going to be a fast hit call from EDG, considering they just had a chance to talk to their coach as well. Now drifts back over to A though. Not looking to try to rotate based on noise. This duo of Nats and Paddy, they've been doing a good job actually of holding over towards B. The B long reclear wasn't working, the hookah reclear was what they were going for 90% of the time. But EDG are so aware of that. I mean, the pattern has played out.
Launching missile.
Definitely feels like EDG are the team with more chances, more opportunities, closer and closer to closing this out.
Again, nobody preempted with the spam, understanding they've been doing that hookah reclearance. This time, more bodies to see if they can receive and push this one back. It's a rotation of Team Liquid. They've got plenty of bodies here. That's his hand committed onto the corner. It's an off-angle position, off-angle position. Lands it, finds his target, puts down. Tichu still swinging wide. It's fights to be taken. EDG trying to opt into this one again, but pick and choose your timings. You're again stepping into Nats' playground.
Is he going to think about Kangkang?
Just dropped off from that ledge. Gives Kangkang the perfect timing, brings it into a 2v3.
It's tough to get out onto site here though. Smoggy's already used all of his smokes.
And Smoggy's earned it out, and he's evened it out into a 2v2. Kiko spotted into the corner. His position notice still sharp as anything. Pops ahead of Smoggy. Brings it down into that 1v2. Kangkang all on his shoulders. Double face up. Here's the scuttling and the scurrying into the sand. The trade is intact. Team Liquid still alive.
I like that swap up from Team Liquid as well. Now EDG again, not using the same level of utility to go and take B long. Yes, they used the snake bite, but there wasn't a lot of, like, there wasn't a prowler there, a drone, a salvo, these kind of things that they were doing early in their attack half. And that allowed Nats and Paddy to set up a bait and switch setup over towards the TP. And then trade out the rest of the kills once they had that player advantage. Reset again. And once more, another attack operator. They're so determined to get a punish on Kangkang. At least that's what I imagine it's for.
Form barely broken on either side.
Camo's posted. Smoggy going for a walk-up. Could get punished here.
Could be very dangerous.
He's just trying to deny a lurk-up from Nats. They're hyper-aware that that short area is Nats' playground.
Cutting through.
But actually, the clash could be happening in hookah here.
Definitely could. Season and nade is a good connection.
Oh,
nobody has to step forwards. Just rounds the box in time, and he's still going to be able to play his life and survive.
It's a lot of damage.
There's a lot. Still claimed, and that's a timing to take Smoggy. Attack side operator denied.
What a risk for Camo to be walking in front of that when EDG have been holding that short smoke aggressively. That's a crazy risk.
Rotation in now. 40 seconds left roughly in the round. Team Liquid trying to make their way forwards again. It's a double satchel on top of that Prowler to seize as well to connect, but Smoggy locks it down, holds it down. This guy is rooted to the spot in lamps and will not give it up for anything. Jenny still there. Shorty shot's going wide, and that's just adjusts his aim. All bullets where that came from here, but his plant is down with no real pushback. EDG just trying to scurry their way back in as well. Doubled up, holding on. Lamps control vitally important and trying to go for the 3-2-1 to swing it wide. Putting their bodies on the line, Team Liquid. May have just earned themselves a chance to bring it up to 14, a chance to bring it up one round closer. Smokes fade, Chichu's missed his chance. Not quite a tap, it's Kangkang full sticking, full trust enabled, and he's got that half earned, but it matters not in the end. Team Liquid, an outer team on the cusp.
They get themselves their first match point here, but that was EDG's to win. That was EDG's opportunity to get another match point. Smoggy had done so much good work, and this play right here, the jump peek into Trex swinging, and Trex played that remarkably well as well. Jiggling around, slicing the pie, getting deeper and deeper into lamps without getting punished, and then calling for the assistance. Really smart play, but a heartbreak for EDG. And the final timeout used here in the game. EDG's coaches try to rally the ship. It has not been them defending yet here on Vine. It's been them attacking constantly. They've always been on the cusp of taking it away. And it's Team Liquid who've had to parry and fend off these match points over and over again. Now Nats has an opportunity on the defense side, the side that he controls.
He's placed in the driving seat. The impetus here, next round coming up for EDG. They're gonna have to dig deep, hidden reserves. Remember what made them such a contender last year as our reigning champs. Because this next round is the major difference. They don't want to go home early. It might not be up to them.
Anyone feeling
Neither
generous?
team opting for an operator.
Thank you.
Big swap up. But Camo's been conditioning that he's been buying it every time, so EDG have still got to respect the fact that there could be one online. It's also a really different defensive setup. Nats holding over towards A and giving Trex control of B long.
The flash, the molly disrespected. Trex lays it down with that spam. Mankind was just rinsed and ripped to pieces with the molly at his feet.
Even a little bit of chip damage there onto nobody as well.
Trying to counter spam it straight back at him. Trex almost going down for the punish.
But still, throwing out a lot of damage of his own. Smoggy down to 46. The start here is horrendous for EDG. They are going to have to dig so deep to stay here.
4v5. Your tournament life on the line. To be one of the earliest exits out of champs. EDG trying to deny that. All grouped up towards B, but this is a heavy stack of Team Liquid players, and the smokes replace the wall.
They have no flash to get through now that Kangkang's gone. Chishu would love to get an opener.
Still on Chichu. Whether or not he can find a way back in, and they do find Trex. Shorty down. Paddy's going to try and hold this one deep as well, but that drone is going to be splitting it out, trying to take this fight forwards! Decay down to single digits, and a hail of bullets will deliver Team Liquid all the way further forwards. EDG, it's all on Chichu. It's all on the IGL, but it's done and dusted. It's finished up. The Team Liquid, not finished yet, not done yet. They keep going.
Eliminating stiff competition in their path. The defending champions who lifted the trophy in 2024, EDG go home first. The only team so far from VCTCN to win a map as well. And they crushed on Sunset, but they just could not keep that momentum going. Had 3 different chances of finishing things here on Bind, but couldn't find their moment, and the tenacity and grit of Liquid keeps them alive in the lowers. My God, I thought this team was done. I've got to be honest with you. When we saw Sunset, when we saw some of these spots they were putting on Bind, but maybe this will light a fire back underneath them.
The previous match was that wake-up call, and this one, potentially that